All right, hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to test out one of these, the DSC controller in my Porsche 991. Now, I'm told that these both smooth out the ride, make it more comfortable, but also make the car handle better. So I want to test out both of those things as scientifically as possible. It's going to be hard on the handling, but on the smoothing out the road, I have some ideas. So what I'm going to do is put the camera in. I'm going to turn off the stabilization for the camera, mount that, and go down kind of a bumpy road. And I'm going to also record the data with the accelerometer in my phone to see like the plot of how bouncy it is. So I obviously don't have this installed right now. So I'm going to do a baseline reading with the stock PASM controller, and then we'll swap this out and do another one. So hopefully it works as advertised. I've heard great things about these, but I really wanted to put it to the test in as scientific a way as I can. So let's give it a try. Okay, so the swap was actually pretty easy. This is the OEM Porsche PASM controller. Looks almost the same. Metal case versus plastic case on the DCS one. But yeah, only takes about like 5 minutes to swap it. And so now let's do the same road with the DCS one in, and I will do the same gyroscope measurement on the phone as well, and we'll see if it really is absorbing the bumps better than it was before. Okay, so we're gonna go down this road, we're gonna kind of monitor the bumps and see how that looks. I'll try to go a consistent speed every time on this, and I'm recording the gyroscope data here on the phone. And I just have this in normal mode. I don't have it in sport or sport plus or anything like that. And we're just gonna try to hang around 30 miles an hour and monitor these bumps. I guess we'll do it at about 33 miles an hour, which seems, 30 seems a little bit slow for this road. All right, and then we will stop it right here. All right, so purely on a subjective basis, it did feel a little bit smoother, but we'll have to go back to the computer and look at the data to see if it truly was smoother, less big spikes in the graph here. Okay, so at the top, you can see the stock controller, and at the bottom, the DSC controller. With the DSC, there are less spikes from the bumps, and you can also see that in general, the motion is much more centered around the axis. It's more concentrated, and that is actually demonstrating that it is a smoother ride. So before, with the sports damper setting on, it was brutally harsh. Like, you would only want to use it on the track. But now it's actually, like, not that bad. I mean, seems pretty usable. I mean, it's firm, but it's not, like, brutal the way it used to be. Alright, so the sport chassis mode is still a little bit firm, but it's not nearly like it was before. And the increased confidence is really nice. I mean, it definitely feels like more responsive, and corners flatter. Definitely feels like a pretty nice improvement. We'll get to some bumpy cornering here too. I mean, yeah, it feels definitely quicker. All right, so after pretty much an entire morning of driving with the DSC controller up on some nice twisty roads, I have to say I'm super impressed with this thing. Couple reasons. One, it makes the chassis, the sport damper button, actually useful, because before that setting was so stiff that you really couldn't use it except for maybe at the racetrack, and so I thought it was just kind of a waste to have that setting because I honestly never used it. But now it's very, very usable. And it just makes the entire car feel a lot more, I don't know, I feel a lot more confident in the suspension. I feel like bumps and undulations and things that you might hit mid-corner are less disruptive to the car and less disruptive to the chassis. It just seems to like absorb them better, and just it instills a lot more confidence. Car corners a little bit flatter. I feel like it dives a little bit less under braking. It's a pretty good improvement on an already amazing car. Like, I love the 991. It's so much fun, and with the controller, I just feel like it's even better. So I guess if you're on the fence about the DSC Sport controller, go for it. It is pretty magical. It's pretty well-engineered piece of software that kind of just does the best of both worlds. It makes the ride better and it makes the car handle better, which seems like impossible to do both, but it manages to do that.